process of putting it forward elicits an attack. He punches, for example. 2, I can move, bang, and strike and follow up on the person. The Wing Chun Guard's quite a clever system of fighting. We've already established that. The basic premise is what we do for a beginner is initially to open and define space and distance. We do that, as I said, by keeping the hand forward. The process of doing that, unfortunately, invites an attack. We expect that. You can't have a hand forward and put it in someone's face without expecting someone to grab your arm. Can you do that for me now? Grab or move on your arm. You can't expect that. So the process of putting it forward elicits an attack. He punches, for example. 2, I can move, bang, and strike and follow up on the person. Purely because my hand's forward, I know and I'm expecting, 1, some sort of response to that. So keeping my hand forward is an invite. It's something that I'm looking to do. 1, it's something that I want. I want to initiate an attack and I want to draw him in. So I keep my hand forward. But that doesn't mean that I don't punch with it. If my hand's forward, bang, and he's close enough, I will strike with the hand. If he compromises this shape, I will strike, go again, bang, I will strike with the rear hand. So it's not just the case that I hold the hand forward and wait for an attack. It's often the case that I will move and take the position to them. So yes, very often in Wing Chun, we strike first. Why? Because this is a self-defense confrontation. It's not a sport, it's not a game, it's not a boxing match. What we're doing is learning how to defend ourselves. So in a simple scenario, I define space, I put my hand forward, that elicits an attack. Now, earlier he punched that way, but very often people will say, well, he won't necessarily punch into your arm, he'll punch around. That's absolutely fine. So, with the left guard hand forward, if my partner, because I'm asking for the technique, if my partner throws the rear hand, it's much easier for me to defend myself because, as I mentioned earlier, the alignment of the joints. From this position, as he throws it, I can block periphery and I can keep a structure that actually gives me a good strong frame. If he punches to the rear side, I have a weaker option to be able to defend myself. If he punches straight and tight, it's much easier for me to go direct and through the centre line because I can turn the hip in, I can keep the rear hand up. However, if he throws the same punch to the weaker side, to the shorter bridge, if I try to punch through the centre line, he breaks my angle because he literally turns sideways and away. So most fighters, when they haymake, they won't haymake like this, they'll haymake with the whole hip and they'll turn their body. And in doing so, if Nick does it again, he'll turn his body away, and as I punch, especially, almost certainly if I keep my shoulder down, he'll sail over the top. So it's far easier for me on the short side of my guard, on the rear side of my protected position, to cover out peripherally. So what I do is I use a chop, and I hit into the wrist, and I kill the energy, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, and move from that position to strike in.